Now, there will be a new president of the Confederation of African Football. Patrice Motsepe will take up the role after current president Ahmad failed to have his ban from the sport completely overturned. Billionaire Motsepe is set to become the first South African to lead the organisation after his three rivals withdrew their candidacies over the weekend. Piers Edwards has been following the story. I asked him earlier to explain the circumstances of Ahmad being ruled out of the presidency.
Ahmad, who used to be the president of the Confederation of African Football, was banned by FIFA for 5 years last November. He appealed the ban, and the Court of Arbitration for Sport allowed him to come back as CAF president on a temporary measure last month, in the expectation that if he managed to overturn his FIFA ban, he could, of course, have been eligible to contest the elections. But today, sport's highest legal body, CAF, simply reduced his ban from 5 to 2 years, which obviously keeps him out of Friday's CAF elections, because he'd have had to pass an eligibility test, because the CAF presidency comes with an automatic post as a FIFA vice president, and therefore that is why he is out of Friday's elections.
And Piers, there were other candidates, but they have now withdrawn to leave the field clear for Motsepe. Why has that happened? And as he is effectively going to be president, how good will he be?
Well, it's been an absolutely remarkable 72 hours. You have to go back just over a week to some talks in the Moroccan capital, Rabat, where the four candidates all got together. And there, pushed or shoved, who knows, there was a proposal made by FIFA, a Moroccan FA and the Egyptian FA. This is what one of the candidates said this weekend, to push forward Motsepe as the president of CAF, and the other candidates would take on lesser roles, some of them vice presidential and one of them special advisory. Well, in the week that passed, all the candidates had to go and talk to their heads of state, the presidents of their countries, because this is all highly political. And once they got permission to pull out of the race, they did so, leaving Motsepe free to campaign. There was a press conference on Saturday where Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, was in attendance alongside the four candidates. And the general theme was that this is for the greater good of African football, and FIFA were keen to disprove any suggestion that they had interfered in the elections. But the bottom line is Motsepe is free to run. He will be crowned the African president on Friday. He is the owner of Mamelodi Sundowns, the African club champions of 2016. And he's a mining magnate worth just under $3 billion. Questions about whether he can leave his business to one side to get on with the running of African football, which needs a lot of work. And also questions, of course, if he's happy to leave the organisation of his club Sundowns to one side, suggestions that his son is going to be taking it over. So lots of questions about what Motsepe is going to be like as the next president of CAF. What is undoubted, he's got a huge job to do. What he will bring is expected to be financial expertise and a desire for huge growth of the club game across the continent.
Piers Edwards speaking to me earlier. It is 50 years to the day since one of the greatest